Jagadev, everybody. Do you have any question? Yes, Mataji. It is working.
Guruji, even today, Prabhuji was talking about how we should follow your instructions, and when we do it, how everything is going smoothly. But when we are not with you, like close to you, sometimes I don't recognize what is your instruction and what is not. And moreover, sometimes there are tests, and in tests it's not going smoothly, so how do I recognize?
Actually, this is a very good question, because this is the whole point of the importance of satsang and sanghas. Often, okay, when you are here in the ashram is a different things. You know, when you are on the outside reality, it's a different thing. You know? But we have to come to a point of analyzing ourselves. How much we are sincere with us. You see, change is not only on the outside. Change must happen in the inside. Everybody change on the outside, but yet inside they don't change anything. That's why it becomes difficult. Because the whole things about change must happen in the inside. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 6 of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, you know, people control only the sense organ of the outside. You know? But yet the mind and the intellect, they don't change. Verily, they are called hypocrite. And this is true, actually. What Bhagavan said in that verse, it is completely true. Often, people appeared very in one way, or they think they appeared in one way. They're very spiritual, very engaging, but yet the mind is fully not transformed. Outside they appeared very surrendered, appeared very holy, you know, appeared to do all the spiritual practices, but yet inside here you have not changed anything. That's why it becomes difficult. Because that hypocrisy is in everybody. Because we can't, from one moment to the other, change. It takes its time. But that willingness to change must be there. You see, our mind, how it functions, our mind is in constant thinking. We are always thinking. You know, even if you appeared not to think, you're still thinking. So the mind is in constant thinking. So in and out, there is constant thinking. What is happening by doing that? No. There is a certain impression that is imprinting itself so deeply into your thoughts that whatever thoughts arise from such mind, it's all imprinted with the same tonality. You see nowadays, last week what happened, the violence in the school itself, you know, that youngsters who went and killed all the kids. No? Why do you see violence have rise so much nowadays? Have you noticed something when a child is playing, what the parents do? Give a video game to their kids. No? Impression of that mind itself, So what do you think will come out of such mind? Do you think positive thing will come out of that mind? Do you think something beautiful will come out of that mind? No. If you are filling the mind with such negativity, the result of that will be negative. When we talk about spirituality, we are talking about transforming of that mindset itself. More than what you act on the outside, the power of your thoughts, that's what you have to watch. Because what thoughts you create, that will either make you a human being or even worse than an animal. It will make you a devotee or it will make you a worse kind that you can't even call a human being. So you see, when Bhagavan said in the Bhagavad itself, my devotee, I relinquish the service, in Bhagavad, Canto 11, chapter 27, verse 17 of Bhagavatam, he said, I relinquish the drop of water, few drops of water, which is offered by my devotee. I find great joy, by accepting this water for my devotee, which is offered by love, than something grand which is offered by a non-devotee. So in Bhagavad himself, he's saying, example of a devotee, what it is, that love. He emphasized, when you look at that verse itself in Bhagavad, you will see that he emphasized on that love. Without love, not possible. With love, everything possible. But love is something which is quite a big word, no? This is one of the words which everybody said, I love you, I love you, I love you, but don't have any meaning into it. Don't think that somebody will come to you and tell you, I love you, they really mean it. No. If that mind have not changed, that love itself is not there. That love that they confess to you is full of hypocrisy. So, first thing is that you have to look at yourself, like I said, See how much are you dedicated. How much are you engaging into that? Because engagement doesn't mean only being here. Engagement means also wherever you are, know that the Guru is not far away from you. You see, because you are far away from the Guru, you are far away from the Master, that's why you think that the Master is far away. The Master is never far away. Don't think that you have just taken initiation randomly like that. No, it is not just random like that. There must be some connection for things to happen, because things doesn't happen random. It is a multitude of facts, a multitude of experiences that have brought you to where you stand. For yourself to say, yes, I have taken this path, I have taken the path of bhakti itself, Bhagavan have seen something deep inside of you. Can he be far away from you? No, he can't be far away from you. That's why, you see, when something happens, who do we call? We call for God, Because we have a sense that he's not far away. We don't need an image to worship him. We don't need to go into the temple or into a church or a prayer place to be connected to him. He's ever present with you, here in the heart. But you have to transform that mindset itself, You have to understand that whatever you're looking at, you see, here you say, yes, it's an environment of prayer, peaceful, You know? But outside also you can, because your spirituality is where you are. Whatever you do, in which attitude you are doing that, spirituality is the most important thing. You know? So what impression arise inside of your mind, you know? So if your impression that arises inside of your mind is that distance, there will be a distance. If that impression arises inside of your mind, but that life itself is a blessing, it will become blessed. It is the impression of the mind. How powerful is the mind? You see, you think of something, let's say you think of somebody that you don't like. What arises inside of your mind? Anger. Yes or no? Where does it arise? Through the thoughts. It's the thought that created it. You think of a happy moment, the mind becomes joyful. You think of a fearful moment, the thought that arises will be fear. You know? Do you think by thinking of blessing, your life can't become blessed itself? The problem is that you think that there is a big distance. People think that when they are seated, let's say, far away, Guruji is not there, God is not there. And this is a mistake. Yesterday, somebody, one of the brahmacharini, the family was, they had a hijack. So husband and wife was hijacked in front of their house. Straight away, the devotee messaged me, said, Guruji, my sister had been abducted. I just write, don't worry, I'll be with her. And 20 minutes later, they found her. She had some bruises, but she was fine. You see, that universal connection which everybody beyond this physical reality, because this physical reality is just nothing. It is a vessel which has been given to dwell here, to act here. Without this vessel, of course, I would not be able to talk to you. This is the grace of this incarnation, a grace of this physical body itself. You know. But you have to realize it. But that is the temple where the Lord resides. That the temple by which you will realize yourself. Don't think that this body is just something rubbish. No. Of course it is made up of 5 elements. It is limited. But yet, within that, dwell that Supreme Lord Himself. And He's ready, waiting to pour out that grace. But you have to connect with Him. You know? Like you come to the temple, you come to the ashram. When you're thirsty, you go to the tap and drink the water. The water will not come to you. You said, oh my goodness, this one is thirsty. Let me flow to that person. Have this ever happened? No, it don't happen. For the saint, it's happened. But for people, it doesn't happen. You have to walk. Yeah? So that change of mindset, you have to allow that change to happen. You know, don't think that just by wearing a kanti or putting a tilak and dress fancy, that will happen. No, it's external. What have to transform? That inside. You see, when you feel love, you feel connection with everything. No? You feel connection with that universal love, which is embedded in everyone. Like Bhagavan himself said, you know, I am in everything. You know? So let's find that which connect everything. Let's find Him in everything. Can we be apart? No, we can't be apart. We are part of the whole. That's why we say, we are all one. Because we can't separate. Through love, we are connected. Through that relationship with the Supreme, we are all connected. It's such a meridian, that connect everybody. Recognize that. So don't think that once you go out there, it's finished. No, love doesn't bind by distance. It's beyond. There is no time or space for love. So where the devotee is, the master is present. You just need to recognize that the master is present with you. You have to be wise and see the sign. The masters always keep sign. Always. There is one devotee, a few days ago, last week actually, no, a few days back, yeah. He dreamt of, you see, in this world there is 5 Sadgurus. There's no more than 5. And it's not a title of Sadguru. They are Sadgurus, they are direct descent. So he dreamt all the 5 Sadguru, but in light bodies. And one of the Sadguru, you know who I'm talking about. So one of the Sadguru, I will not mention who, but burned him in the dream. Yeah? It was just a dream. So around 3 o'clock, like I always say, the Sadguru, they all travel around, blessing all the devotees. So he burned him. So he just woke up, but he fell asleep again. Next morning, when he woke up in the morning, his hand was burned. So he messaged me. I was laughing. But this is an occurrence of giving that a dream is not just a dream. No. It is a reality. Because you can't think of the masters, you can't think of the Guru and say, yes, I will reproduce that in my mind. Your mind is not that strong to reproduce that. Your mind, that's why the mind dwell on petty things and become miserable. But that same mind, if it is dwelling on the Supreme, it will transform into divine. So, like that, you see, there is this deep relationship. It's just that you have to transform your mindset. This is the whole thing of what Bhagavan Krishna taught in the Gita, encouraging Arjuna to transform his mindset, transform how you perceived, how you see things, how you think. Your creative thoughts, your thoughts is creative or destructive. That all happen here. That faculty of thinking, what power does it hold, That's what you have to come to a point. This, for example, if you are worried, you become depressed. No? Why? Constantly you're thinking of the same thing. In place of doing that, do Nama Japam. Even that, when they do Nama Japam, the mind is still flowing around, running around. Said, why? You see, when you do Nama Japam, you have to instill the image of the Lord inside of your mind. The moment you close your eyes, the image of Sri Hari should be there. But if the moment you are doing japam, and yet the moment you close your eyes, you see your worry, or you see X, Y, Z in front of you, there's a big problem. So, watch yourself, watch your mind, and watch the sign, which the Master give you in your life. You will see that every day you will perceive that you are never alone, But you have to recognize the sign. You have to recognize, because it is so hidden, so subtle. And how you recognize it is only through that love with your heart, Because in the devotee's life, you see, constantly they will say, that is from Guruji. That is from... because they recognize certain things. It's out of normal. Because the normality of things can't make that things happen. So that is what have to transform. Jai Gurudev.